This is not something to panic about. One thing that a lot of people mention when they visit Val de Vie or live here is the number of trees that have been planted. Now that's great. Obviously trees produce all sorts of fun stuff, food for birds, oxygen, and they are very, very good at limiting noise, shade, that sort of thing. But we've got a serious problem approaching us. The polyphagous shot-hole borer beetle is killing trees worldwide. It started out in the Tsitsikamma. It has now moved into Cape Town and up to Stellenbosch, but it's now arrived in Paarl. Now the way it moves is actually quite interesting. It's with firewood. A tree dies from the fungus that the beetle carries. People cut it up and turn it into firewood, and then they sell that on. It can also be transferred in nursery plants. So we have discussed it with the guys that do the garden maintenance and do the landscaping, and ask them to continually monitor any plants they bring in. The risk to healthy trees is not as high as to ill trees. So our whole premise at the moment is to strengthen up the trees, make them as healthy as possible so they can throw off any possible infection. And we're just raising awareness. This is not something to panic about. So what you need to look for in a tree is if the leaves at the tip of the branches start dying off. Now that's not to say we're in autumn at the moment. Die-off can be natural as well. You're looking for tiny little holes, 2 millimeter holes in the actual wood, going through the bark into the wood. That is the beetle's tunnel. Now the beetles themselves are 2 millimeters long. They're incredibly difficult to find. So don't worry too much about that. Look for the holes. As they're opening up the hole, they're kicking out a sawdust. We call it frass. Watch for that. The tree's response to being damaged, of course, is to release sap. So you might find sap oozing out of the hole, or in some trees, it actually is a little bit of a fountain, a solid fountain like structure. So just watch for those. If you do find them, then you need your landscaper or your tree maintenance guy to take a sample, send it through to a laboratory so it can be positively identified. If it is only one branch of the tree, that can be removed. If it is the entire tree, unfortunately, the entire tree has got to be taken down. It's then cut up or chipped, preferably, into plastic bags. And the plastic bags are left in the sun to solarize for 6 weeks in summer, a bit longer in winter, and that heat kills the insects, the beetles. Now it's not the beetles themselves that actually kill the tree, it's their food is actually a fungus. So they carry the fungus with them. The fungus lives on the tree's vascular tissue, spreads throughout the tree, and the beetles eat the fungus. So they're fungus farmers. Unfortunately, as I said, the tree can die. There's no real treatment for it yet. So it's a preventative. Get the trees as healthy as possible. Some trees are more susceptible than others. The English oak being highly susceptible. They've lost a lot of them in Cape Town and in Stellenbosch. Quite a few of our indigenous trees have now been found to be susceptible as well. So as I say, it's not something that we want people panicking about. Just be aware of it, keep an eye open for it, and deal with it when it comes. And we know it is going to come, but we can limit the damage. Okay, thanks very much for your time. Please give the video a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, we'll be more than happy to answer.